Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I am here today to kind of share what is on my mind and also to help encourage each of you. So, my question to you all is: have you ever been in a situation where you hit a milestone, you reached a goal, you finally had the courage and bravery to go after what you want, and someone happens to say something to you, well intentioned, or difficulties or challenges may arise in your particular life or business, or insert X, Y, and Z. And it gets you to a place where you're almost like, man, I don't think I can do this. I have no idea why in the world I'm in this particular position. I have no idea why I even have this desire, this dream, this goal to go after what it is that I want. Who am I fooling? Who do I think I am? I don't know if you've ever experienced something like that, but literally that is exactly what I was going through this week. And it made me start thinking about my keynote address because I talk about burnout and I talk about my story and the catalyst to my change and my grief and burnout mixed together, and how it got me to a place where I wanted to just give up, right? Just give up on life. And thankfully, I decided not to. I started thinking about legacy. But every single day, when we go about our day to day lives, when we are interacting with others, when we're reading the news, when we're on social media, when we're seeing all of these external factors that and variables that we can't control, if we're not careful, if we're not observant, legacy snatchers can sneak up into our life and into our business. So this week, I celebrated a huge milestone. I've been in business for 6 years. I celebrated a huge milestone in December when I was resting and taking a break from my business. Guess what happened? My brain said, "Not today, girl, because I got an idea for you." And I sat down and I dreamed up this experience, this luxe experience that I could one day give to a client. And I wrote down all the details and I wrote down all the factors and all the things associated with this experience. And I said to myself, wow, this is incredible. This is huge. This is going to require a lot of income to make happen for someone, right? And I tucked it aside and said, okay, I've written down what this dream experience would be with this client. I know that I can do it, but for now, I'm just going to go ahead and set this aside. Well, just a few weeks ago, I had the opportunity to be around other inspiring, like minded entrepreneurs. And in a short conversation, I would say maybe 5 minutes, between 5 to 10 minute conversation, I got the encouragement to move forward with what I dreamed up in December. And it scared me, y'all. Okay. Because anytime I'm going to through any shifts or I'm heading into the direction that I know I have a calling towards, it scares me. So much so that sometimes I'll even break out in tears because of how scary it is to step into this next level. But after attending this event and being around other like minded people and being encouraged and empowered to step beyond all of my fears, I went ahead and I pitched the idea, and the person on the other end said yes. So here it is, just a few short minutes, shoot short moments, right? Or and within a conversation and a few short months after dreaming up this dream client experience, I was able to pitch it and I got my first yes. And that happened this week. And it's such a beautiful, amazing thing when even in your fear, you step out and you go against the grain, you don't allow it to take the driver's seat, and you go after your goals. But y'all, in the same week, I had to take in the energy of crises from clients, crises from associates, other negative experiences in my social networks, that just yesterday, I started feeling I can't do this anymore. The thoughts started creeping in saying, I'm not equipped to move forward with my goals. I'm going to be doing a tour in 4 different cities. Who do I think I am? Who am I kidding? And I had to take a pause for a second because I asked myself, I had a huge win this week. Where the heck are these thoughts coming from? And I had to think about what it is that I talk about in my keynote, which is legacy snatchers. Legacy snatchers are any sort of distractions that come into your life, and they particularly come into your life at crucial moments where you are up leveling. We heard about it. We may have read about it when we read The Big Leap. If you haven't read that book, make sure you read it. When we hit these upper limits, and these big changes that are happening in our life, things creep in. Sometimes it could be from even well-intentioned people, people that we love and trust in our life. These distractions can come up and it can bring you to a place where you start doubting yourself, when you start getting to a place where you're no longer going to move forward. And I worked too hard, y'all. And I know you feel the same. Have you worked too hard to quit at this moment? So I wanted to share this because in business and in life, there is going to be work that has to occur, inner work. It never ends. The inner work, the inner healing from past traumas and things of that nature should never end. But the moment that you notice that your energy, your mindset, and your desires begin to turn towards a negative, where everything you do, everything you see, every encounter that you have, there's something critical, right? You're looking at everything with a critical eye. I want you to pause if you can, hopefully you can, and just ask yourself, is this true? Is this story coming from a lie? Could this possibly be a legacy snatcher? Most of you know, if you've been following with me for some time, that I'm a speaker, coach, and consultant. I almost feel like I'm part coach, part therapist, part marketing assistant. Like, I mean, it's everything. There's so many aspects that I have to deal with. And I was asking a friend of mine who works in a different realm of business. And I asked her, do you deal with X, Y, and Z from your clients and people that you work with? And her response was, no, I don't. I don't deal with the mindset struggles. And I realized that I'm in a unique position where I have to deal with those challenges at a heightened level. Because when it comes to getting visible, when it comes to showing up for yourself, when it comes to sharing your story, getting on the stage, that's scary. It is extremely scary. So I know that most of you who follow me, who are attending, my events or my programs, these are all natural feelings that we deal with. But I want to make sure that in the process of you stepping forward and following your calling or following your purpose, right, that you do not allow the legacy snatchers to get in the way. This week, I wrote in my newsletter about a young man in a facility where I receive services. This young man was a highlight of my day whenever I received the services. He was always creating a beautiful experience for all of the clients that would show up at that facility. And unfortunately, this week when I went there, I found out that this young man at the age of 23 is no longer here. He passed away. One of the things I want you all to remember is that we're never guaranteed. And I say this often, it is not a marketing ploy, it is what life is. We're never guaranteed another day. So let's make sure that we make every second count and we make sure that we go out there and we live our lives with joy, with peace, and we seek the fulfillment and freedom that we desire as we're building out our business, as we're doing the things that matter most to us. So without further ado, I am done. That's just what I want to share on my mind. And know that how you set up your external environment is a crucial factor to your success. And so if you notice that those legacy snatcher thoughts are coming in and you notice that you're starting to get overly critical of yourself, you're starting to get overly critical of others, energy shifts and mind shifts need to happen so you can continue on the path of scaling your own legacy. If you don't, my friend, you're going to be in the same position where it could rob you of something really beautiful that you could create. All right, y'all. I also dropped in my link because we're going on tour. We're going to be in Charlotte in June. And then we'll be in Chicago, San Diego, and New York City. I would love to see you there if you are interested in sharing your own story. If you need assistance in creating your signature talk, finding out ways in which you can monetize your expertise and work on your presentation skills, this is a great way for you to be surrounded with other like-minded people that are working collectively together towards their goals. And already the list of people that have signed up, I'm like, oh yeah, baby, the energy is going to be off the chain. I cannot wait to be able to support each of the individuals that will be attending our event. All right. If you have any questions, feel free and leave me a message down below, and I'll see you all later. Bye.